We're going to look at factoring trinomials in a quadratic form. And my name is Professor Merchant, so I call this the Merchant method. So this is just a basic example, and we're going to go through the different pieces of it, and then we'll do some examples. So first, we always start with two sets of parentheses with an X in each set. The next thing we're going to do is our signs. The sign in the first set of parentheses is the same as the first sign in the problem, okay? The sign in the second set of parentheses has to multiply times the sign in the first set to equal the second sign, okay? And I know it sounds a little crazy, but when we do it in a second, it'll all make sense, I promise. And then to figure out the numbers that go there, we don't have to worry about the signs because we already took care of them. So we look for two numbers that will multiply to give us the constant and use the last sign in the problem to give us this linear coefficient. And the last thing is when I put those in my parentheses, I want to be sure that the bigger number goes in the first set of parentheses. And as long as I do that and do my signs the way I went through here, you don't have to worry about the signs anymore. Let's look at a few examples. Okay, so here we go. We're going to do two sets of parentheses with an X in each set. The sign in the first set of parentheses is the same as the first sign in the quadratic there, so positive. The sign in the second set has to multiply times this plus in the first set to give us a positive. So positive times positive is positive. Then I'm going to look for my numbers. I'm looking for two numbers that will multiply to give me 3 and add to give me 4, and that is 3 and 1, and I'm going to put the 3 in the first set of parentheses. Now in this case, the signs are the same in both sets of parentheses, so it really doesn't matter where you put the 3 and the 1, but you just want to get in the habit, if this is the method you're using, of always putting the larger number in the first set. Okay, so two sets of parentheses, an X in each set. The sign in the first set is going to be the same as the first sign in the quadratic, so a negative. The sign in the first set of parentheses times the sign in the second set of parentheses has to give us a positive. So negative times negative is positive. And then for our numbers, we are looking for two numbers that will multiply to give us 15 and add to give us 8. That's 3 and 5. 5 is bigger, so it goes in the first set. Again, the signs here are the same, so it doesn't really matter, but we want to get in the habit for when the signs are not the same. And you could always check yourself by foiling here. Last one, we start with two sets of parentheses with an X in each set. The sign in the first set is the same as the first sign in our polynomial there, so positive. For the sign in the second set, I need the sign in the first set, the positive, times the sign in the second set to equal a negative. So positive times negative is negative. And then for my numbers, I'm looking for two numbers that will multiply to give us 12 and subtract to give us 4. That's 6 and 2. The 6 is the bigger one, so it goes in the first set of parentheses. Here, my signs are different, so it's really important that the bigger one goes in the first set. And again, you could always foil and check yourself. I hope you found this helpful.